Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mystics Outlook. As always, joined by Raymond Lyons, Cardo Dudley Jr., Wilson Tarpe Jr., and again, it is Mystics Outlook. Tonight, they took on the Connecticut Sun. We all know what a great series that was in the 2019 finals. Tonight, they went at it. Sun took down the Mystics 86-81. It was a great game for Washington. Some quality looks that were missed in times that they needed them. Tina Charles had another phenomenal game. And we watched Washington kind of respond to some moments where, we saw in the third quarter, Connecticut came out and delivered back-to-back haymakers, and Washington responded with a couple of their own to close the third. And it was an exciting finish. But I'm going to start with you, Ray. Just your thoughts on this one, then we'll get to Cardell.
Ultimately, the Mystics just didn't make enough shots. They started pretty fast. They led 20-9 early. But we all know Connecticut not going to stay down. They fought back. Dejanay Carrington gave him a spark off the bench early, but Tina was Tina. She started on a usual rampage. And she had there was people in on the act early on. Sydney Weiss started out hot. Ariel Atkins was making some shots. So their first half was pretty balanced. And with if you got people making shots around Tina, then the Mystics are pretty formidable, So that first half was just back and forth. Mystics made a run. Connecticut responded, and then they just went at it. Early in the week, Coach T was talking about having to contend with them on the glass, because they're the best offensive rebounding team in the league. And, they Washington did that tonight. They fought, and they battled. Shines Allen, she had a tough shooting night, but she was showing some versatility and kind of showed what she adds to the floor. Tabalt was talked about using her, as kind of a Draymond role. She showed that she brought the ball up a couple times against to relieve defensive pressure. Connecticut, they were pushing up full court. She just gives them another ball handler. Sydney Weiss going down hurt because she was lights out, and when she went out, the floor kind of shrunk a little bit because the outside threat kind of went away. And I feel like coinciding with that, the Mystics just kind of settled for a lot of threes in the third quarter that they weren't making. And Connecticut took advantage, built a 6-point lead, and Washington fought back. They hit them back. They went down by as much as 12, but then responded with a 13-0 run. And, down the stretch, they were just trading blows. Connecticut just landed more punches, man. Jasmine Thomas, she was big down the stretch for them. Hit a couple big threes, made some defensive plays. Brianna Jones, she was big as well. They just couldn't contend with her size. Her and John Quill together that's a lot to deal with for anybody. So and Dewana Bonner, man, her length on the defensive end, she had people thinking twice going down in the paint. So man, Connecticut, they're 6-1 on the year. They have that record for a reason. We all knew what type of matchup this was going to be going in. Going back to their finals matchup in 2019, like we know these two teams are always going to go at each other. And yeah, man, the game lived up to expectations. Despite the offensive futility, I feel like Washington's kind of coming around. We're starting to see some things from them. Just a little tweaks here and there to kind of get them where they need to be. But ultimately, they just got to make some shots and make them consistently. Like you said, Wilson, they had some good looks. If those go down, this is a different story. And a few of those threes, they were halfway in the rim and just popped out. So man, it just wasn't their night. And kudos to Connecticut for taking advantage.
Cardell.
They got to hit shots. It's been the theme of the season. They also got to defend without fouling. They put teams on the free throw line way too much, and they're making them pay. It's cool to be physical, but you also got to be smart, especially on the road, especially against a good team. And they just kept giving them points, and they lucky Connecticut didn't shoot well from the free throw line because this really would have been a beatdown by double digits. That's what saved them. Connecticut, for whatever reason, was off on the free throw line. I like that Tina, took it to John Quill and John Quill, vice versa. I figured they would cancel each other out playing their style of games. I knew it would come down to the others to shoot. Honestly, just being real, yeah, Cloud, she having a Draymond effect on them right now. She got to hit some shots. Well, you know what I'm saying? She has to. She's not. It's no other way. It's 4-on-5 right now for a lot of parts of the game that's hurting the Mystics. You know what I'm saying? Like that works when you have knockdown shoot. Well, like the Deladon's elite shooters. Christy and Emma and all those guys. Women over there. That they had in 2019. That ain't the case. It's more of a grinded out type of roster right now. You know what I'm saying? So she has to hit shots because teams not respecting her. They playing off of her and they're daring her to shoot. And she's having that similar type of impact. I love the fact that they rebounded. It was key. I know Connecticut's number one in the WNBA rebounding, but the Mystics offensive rebounding wise is right there with them. And a lot has to do with Tina and Maisha returning and Erica McCall. She don't get enough credit for how she did the dirty work and stuff. I know it was tough night tonight because Connecticut's big down there. Brianna Jones, she grew up. She's grown up. Big time. She's an asset. Like she's stepping in big time for Alyssa not being there. And it is. I'm not gonna say it's not a drop off because Alyssa is all world, but they can maintain. They can maintain the level of play that they need to be where they at. Damn near undefeated. So she's been huge. Obviously, John Quill. A lot of people are saying she's the leading candidate for MVP right now because they win the games, and the Mystics not. It is what it is. So, I can't argue with. She's doing it all. And then DeWanna Bonner, 6'4", versatile wing. She can do it all. So that length, man, that length and size, it hurts, and I think that's what forced Washington to settle for so many threes because, it was tough outside of Tina. The score inside, like Maisha Hines Island, you don't see her shoot 3 for 14. That's rare. And I want to see the Mystics attack more honestly moving forward. I feel like they get caught up settling for too many threes. It's not like they were attacking, they weren't getting to the free throw line like they were in single digits, so they had to settle. They were 16 to 18. That means you could have got some more free throws and close that gap and play this game at short pace. So I feel like they just got caught up in that shooting way too many threes. You know what I'm saying? Like once you can feel that shot don't have it, you got to find something else. And they play right into the sun hand. So like Raymond said, man, it's just minor tweaks. That they got to adjustments that they have to make. The bench got to show more on the road. The bench really outside of Milani, they didn't give him anything for sure. Meanwhile, you had a rookie that outscored your entire bench in Carrington. So that can't happen. That hurts, man. So, like I said, it's players. It's starting to more and more players are starting to figure out. All right, I got to play basketball. More players have to understand they have to play basketball. Stop. You look for Tina. If she ain't got to play basketball, do what you do. You on the team for a reason. And I just feel like a lot of them are still deferring way too much, and that plays into the hands of the opponent. When Deladon returns, even then, you still want to play basketball because it's going to take her a minute to get in the flow. So, they got to get back to the tape because this was a winnable game. They're going to kick themselves. But a lot of the same issues that have been plaguing them, hit them. And, shorter spurts, not as hard, but it hit them. And that's why they lost this game.
Yeah, I definitely want to piggyback off what you talk about with the not attacking. Outside of Atkins, only one other guard went to the line tonight, and that was Delani. That was it. So outside of that, you take away it was just Tina and Maisha in there, and they're already supposed to be down there. And like you said, it's not like Connecticut was playing great defense from the standpoint of where they weren't putting folks on the line. I said, why didn't you attack more? It's a tough one. Hopefully, Weiss isn't out for too long because even in this short period of time, like she got off to a good start fact that she can put the ball on the floor, hit threes, it matters. But yeah, for me, the thing that just really stood out was just the bench. Like it hurt. Like you said, you had that lead to start the game. It's 29. Carrington comes in and gives them a jolt of energy, and then they're up now. Like you said, Lonnie's 7, but it was a struggle tonight. It was definitely a night where you got a little bit more from the bench, but you lost this game by 5. Just a little bit somewhere else would help. I know they got some time off before the next one. I think they don't play again until next Saturday, which is great for Sydney Weiss. I think they said from the Mystics account that is a right ankle sprain. So, having no games in between now and then kind of softens the blow a little bit. But yeah, definitely with Connecticut. You mentioned Brianna growing up. Heideman's continued to get better and grow in her role over there as well. It was a fun game overall. But yeah, it has to stink when it's one thing if you're out here, the games aren't winnable. It's another thing when they are, and you know where you're coming up short. If you guys didn't have any final thoughts, share a word from Oohs and Ahs, as always. Memorial Day weekend. Get over to Oohs and Ahs Memorial Day Feast. It's available Friday through Monday, the 28th through the 31st. For $49.95, you can get 1 pound of short ribs, 4 pieces of fried whiting, 2 barbecue chicken leg quarters, 1 large potato salad, 1 large baked beans, 1 large coleslaw. And at the Georgia Avenue location only, you can add 2 cocktails or 4 beers for $59.95. Again, oozandahs.com. Celebrate Memorial Day weekend with a family feast. With that said, we will see you guys tomorrow night. We got it. Wizards Outlook tomorrow because this show is not stopping at all. A lot of games, but a little bit of a break for the Mystics. Gonna get into it. You're gonna have the Olympics coming up soon too. So a lot going on. But we will see you guys tomorrow night. Y'all have a great one.